Tubies! Hey, Tubies is Psychic Bob. Well, here we are. It's Sunday night. Psychic Bob's back. I know we missed last week. I had a lot going on. But Psychic Bob's okay. Psychic Bob's back with you. And not only is Psychic Bob here, we got the whole Witching Hour crew with us. And I'm going to let them each say hi. We got Lady Angela. Lady Angela, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. So glad to be here and really excited for tonight's show.
Yeah, and we got Lord Tony going down the row here. Tony.
Hey, everyone. Glad to be here. Should be a good show for you.
All right. And then we got Lady Carol, who's got a new internet service. Hopefully it lasts for the show. Lady Carol.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
What was that?
Okay. We're having a little technical challenges tonight. None of our mutes are working. None of our phones are working. Our internets are all going up at us. So y'all got to bear with us. We're a little challenged. Is Mercury retrograde? I haven't looked at the chart today, so it's sure acting like it, but that's okay. You know what? We're here. We're going to have a great time tonight. And you know what? I got to get my chat going because I got to find out who's all here with us.
Bob, we got a lot of new names tonight. I see quite a few going by in the list here that we haven't seen before. We're so happy to see new people and also our regulars. We have Gav, we got Simba, we got Laura M, we got Melanie Miller's a regular. Boy, we got a lot of new names tonight, Bob. We got Sebastian, we got William Hill, we got Ella Enchanted, Sage Clark, J.A. Family, Ruta Ungure, Euphoria, John. We got a lot of new names in there. Mama Bird, Matt's here.
Well, welcome there. I can see you guys now. Yay. All right. Carol, Lady Carol's in the chat, but she's here with us too. There's G-Dogs here. Hey, Rita's here. All right. Euphoria's here. This is great. Well, we're so glad you guys are here. You know, tonight is a great example of the wonders of the craft. You know, even witches sometimes have drama and things go haywire. But you know what? There's a saying one of my craft teachers taught me. All things in mirth and reverence. So that we all get the reverence part. You know, we get so serious. But have you ever been in a ritual and like somebody flips over the cauldron or knocks, you know, over a candelabra and sets the altar on fire? I have seen all this. And you know what? At first, you know, your temptation is like, oh, and then you just have to laugh about it because you know, the gods are laughing too. They are. The gods are laughing at all of this, you know. So tonight we're going to try to have a fun time and, you know, just roll with it. I'm telling you, you know, I don't know where you guys went. We've had I've had a really busy week, a lot of readings. So I want to say thank you to all who've been reaching out for private readings. You know, I'm still available. We still have a few openings going into this upcoming week. So give me a call. My number will be below. Lady Angela, what have you been up to?
Oh, I've been working and making books, Bob. I have one here I just finished. Here's a journal one I made recently. It has the brown, like reptile-looking skin and the key. And this is a journal version that I printed on fine parchment with these beautifully designed pages and all throughout. I've been busy making books. You know, Halloween, Samhain's coming up, and everybody's wanting their Book of Shadows. So I appreciate all the orders coming in, and I look forward to making some more for all of you. This is my medium-sized book. I make great big fat ones full of spells and rituals and lined pages and over 500 pages. Then I make a smaller-sized one too. But I've been having fun making Book of Shadows here lately, and I thank you all for all the orders that have been coming in.
I think that's beautiful. You know, if you want to have a real heirloom for your craft practice, you got to get one of Lady Angela's books. I have like 3 of them because I just love them so much. And, you know, I have a travel size one. I have a large one. I have another travel size. They're beautiful. Lady Angela, you put a lot of work into those.
Oh, I do. It takes me a little bit to make them, about two to 3 weeks, depending on the size. But yeah, and I make them how you want them. If you're drawn to a certain symbol or animal or god or goddess, I'm able to design pages that are specific to that to make the book more custom and personal just for you. Some people just want a book of mirrors or a journal, and I can make those for you. Some people want them loaded with spells and rituals, and I can do that too. Some people just want potions and recipes books. I can do that too. And whatever color you like for the outside, you and I, we put our heads together and we make a book that's specific to you. And something different about my books is they're not just packed full of information. but they also have a generous amount of area of beautifully designed lined pages for you to add yourself to the book and make it that much more personal and more connected with you. So, and you could get a hold of me and check out my Book of Shadows and other products I have at rarewiccaspells.com. And also know that because you're a subscriber of Spirit Channel, use coupon code Spirit Channel and save 10% on whatever.
Right, being a Spirit Channel member gets you some benefit. Lady Angela, I just saw somebody in the chat, JA Family, I think was the name, said their 9-year-old daughter is saying right now they want to order a book. So,
oh, awesome.
So definitely reach out to Lady Angela. How they contact you again?
It's rarewiccaspells.com, and the link is down below in the box. Go ahead and click there. Check out what I have there and contact me. I'd love the opportunity to make a book special just for you.
I love that. And Lord Tony, you know, we didn't get to catch up last week as I had to cancel the show, but tell me about what's going on in your world. How are things with you?
Oh, things are they're getting better. I've been doing a lot of work lately, and then I'm recovering from this last energy shift that everyone's been going through, getting migraines and just bad headaches almost every day. Like this last Thursday, I finally broke them all and started getting some yard work done.
All
That's pretty much
right.
all I've been doing.
So you're reconnecting to Mother Earth in the yard.
I think so.
That's good. Well, you know, Lord Tony, I tell you, you know, it's been such an extreme here. Like we were 90 degrees and then we dropped down to 50. And I heard where you guys are, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We started getting snow, which is unfortunate. We went straight from summer to fall. And it's not even much of a relief from that because it's since pretty much the beginning of October has been nothing but rainy and clouds, and this energy shift didn't help anything out either. And so this weekend was actually the first weekend that was nice enough to get anything done outside anyway.
Wow.
You know, with people having a lot of those symptoms from the energy shift, you know, they might want to have a healing session with you. You know,
that would be nice. I wasn't able to do any of that during the time I was down, so it'd be nice to get some pickup work here.
Yeah, you know, if you want to have a session with Tony, I can tell everybody here on the panel, we can all tell you we've had Tony work on us. His work amazing. I was deathly ill with tick fever this summer, and he sent power. And I can tell you, I woke up right when he was doing it, and I knew he sent me an email. It was right when the healing took place. It was amazing, amazing. And Lady Angela, he's worked on her. He's worked on Lady Carol. You guys got to check out Lord Tony. Lord Tony, we put your link in the box below, but you want to give people just some more info, like how to connect with you and what they can look for?
Well, yeah, if you can go to Google and just Google Lightbringer's Angel, and you'll find it all there. But basically what I do is I work with the angels, and their healing energies work through me and go to you, and no matter what the problem is, they'll work on that. And if you just have energy blockages, they can work on that. Headaches, they work on that. I've done depression work, anxiety work,
laryngitis work.
Apparently, laryngitis work, and the flu, and it seems to help. Even if you don't feel it, it does do its thing, and it might take a couple days for it to fully do its job. But you know, it's being done. You know, I don't skip out on that. If someone asks for help, I'm going to give them the help no matter what. So
I think that's wonderful. And Lady Carol, you've been pretty busy too, haven't you? Getting resettled.
Oh yeah. I'm still going through the unpacking process, relocating process. I mean, I've found stuff that I haven't seen in years, and it's just been like an adventure because I mean, I had like old touch lamp. I don't know if people even remember those anymore, but the touch feature broke and I had it fixed so it would just work like a regular lamp. And I just found that. I was like, oh, wow, I haven't seen that in over 7 years, you know, and that's kind of what I'm using right now because my my light from my ceiling fan is too bright. So it kind of blares me into, you know, non-existent. So I'm working on that light right now. And, you know, I found I have a glass terrarium that I bought at a flea market. And I found that today, and I was like, oh, well, this will be great right at wintertime when I start my seedlings in the house. So, you know, it's just been kind of fun finding all the stuff I hadn't seen in a long time.
I love that. You know, well, as you know, I've been working on decluttering my house as I'm going to a minimalist style home. And I tell you, I keep finding treasures, you know, like as I've had to box stuff up to move it out of the way to, you know, sort stuff. I thought I lost one of my treasured items, and I found my star that I keep for the Order of the Purple. It's a purple star. I don't know if you can see it's purple, but I got my purple star here.
Gorgeous.
I just love it, you know. So I have a whole box of stars, and I moved it, and then I put stuff on top of it, and I thought I lost, and I found it. So I got my purple star back. So I'm happy today. You'll notice back, you know, I got my purple pinnacles all over the wall. Like, you know, if it's purple, if it's a star, you know, it's got psychic bobs with it. So, Carol, I totally get what you're doing right now, because I'm kind of in the same mood with you.
Yeah, it's kind of like Alice going, you know, through Wonderland for the first time, and you start finding new things you haven't, you know, thought about in a long time. So it's rediscovering everything.
Absolutely. You know, I think that's so much fun. Well, you know, it's interesting because earlier this week I was thinking about Wicca and the craft. And I was thinking how much fun it is, you know, especially I always like to think about, you know, remember when you first discovered the craft and you found your first book, you had that first aha moment. You know, I was reliving all that again this week because as I've been, you know, sorting through my Wiccan books and, you know, I'm reorganizing my bookshelves in the process. So I have hundreds of books to go through. And I kept finding books that I'd forgotten that I had, you know, that were somewhere in storage, somewhere on the shelf. And I was like, oh, you know, I remember the first time I picked up this Wiccan book and how exciting it was, you know. I was just wondering, you know, if Carol, you've been moving, so you finding stuff that's bringing you back the earlier years.
Oh, yeah, I have like stuff that I had bought, like flea market stuff or things people would give me. And, you know, I would use them like for my altar settings when I first started doing an altar setting. And then, you know, when you first start out, you're not quite sure of where everything goes, but you kind of want everything, you know, a certain way. And I started finding all that. Now I've got so many, like, you know, candelabra sets. It's like, I got too many. You know? So I'm kind of going through am I going to keep this or am I going to get rid of it? Am I going to use it ever again? You know, but, you know, it takes me back to when I first started, and it was like, oh, you know, one thing that a lot of new people, if they don't read enough or learn enough, is when they're doing their altar settings, how to set up the you know, positions of everything on the altar. You know, I would put like my fire element and my water element and stuff like that. So it brings back those memories where I'm kind of laughing at the same time I'm going, oh, now I'm glad I learned, you know. But it's been fun, you know, going down memory lane as well.
Oh, I agree. You know, it's funny since I've been working on minimalism. In fact, I wish I don't have it here, but I'll have to show it next week. But I have a book that I found that I forgot that I had, and it's a Wiccan book, and it shows photographs of people setting up altars and stuff. And one of the things that struck me in this book is that they show how simple an altar can be. And it brought me back to remember when I first started out, you know, my first altar was literally a cardboard box. You know, it was a cardboard box, and I put a black cloth over it, and that was all I had. And then I got an athame. My first athame came from the dollar store. And, you know, it's just funny how when you started, you don't know, but you learn. And, you know, I sometimes think I did probably some of the most powerful magics when I had less stuff and had more focus. So I'm trying to go back that in my own journey, you know, like keeping it simple and having essential tools. You know what I'm talking about, Lady Angela?
Absolutely. Hey, Bob, we had some good questions in the chat. People are asking speaking about altars and how to set them up. They're looking for advice on how to set up their altar for Halloween, or as we witches call it, Samhain.
I think that's really good. Well, I'm probably going to do a whole video on that on my Wiccan Wednesday. So we'll have more on that when I can actually show you. But you know, one of the things I think is really important at Halloween is, you know, I always say, you know, everybody do what you want. But actually, when it comes to Halloween and Halloween, I'm a little bit of a traditionalist. And I really think you should have black and orange as your predominant colors. That's just my personal belief. I'm not saying you have to, but I think that the spirit of the year really is represented well in those colors. And, you know, you don't have to have a lot, but think about the themes. You know, like, what are we doing at Samhain? Well, we're, you know, connecting with the spirit world. We're remembering those who have crossed the veil. And those who have crossed the veil are coming to us. So we want to honor the dead. You might want to put a skull on your altar or some symbol that represents the dead. You know what's really popular where I live? We have a large Hispanic and Mexican population, and there's a lot of Dia de Muerte statues here. And, excuse me, those are very powerful here. And, you know, a lot of people, their Samhain altar, I always say have fun with it, you know, make it as wild and as dramatic as you want, because I think it's like the high holy day of the Wicca. I really do.
It's our new year.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's our new year.
Yes, for some people it's the new year. Yes. I'm a little different in that. When I was in my Wiccan coven, we had a big debate of what is the new year. I myself tend to go with the actual new year in January, but traditionally the Celtic belief was it was the new year. And for a lot of people, it is the new year. You know, whichever way you want to see it is fine, you know, but you're right, it is traditionally the new year in the Celtic traditions. So yeah, absolutely. And so you want to think about that. If it's the new year for you, you also may want to have things on your altar that represent the beginning of the new year, things that you want to accomplish during this new year. You know, while the spirit people are with you, you can ask them to help you make some goals, you know.
Yep.
So your altar can be manifestation altar and celebration too.
Moving on from altars, but one of the rituals I do every single Halloween is I'll light a fire, whether it's in my barbecue or in a cauldron or some fire-safe dish. I'll light a fire on pieces of paper. I will write the things which I want to shed away from my life, the things that I don't have a use for, just old habits, people, situations, just whatever it is you want to discard from your path because it doesn't serve you anymore. I'll write it on bits of paper and I'll pray over it and I'll toss it into the cauldron and let it burn to ash. And as it burns to ash and the smoke rises, that's sending it away from me and transforming it into the spirit world. It might be part of my tale, but it's no longer part of my path. And so in that way, it's like the turning of a page. And in that way, Samhain represents the new year for witches, the throwing away of the past and the moving, not necessarily throwing it away. You own it. You put it in your book, you have part of your story, but you're ready to let go and move on. And so in that way, it's a cyclic, you know, it's part of a cycle, that kind of a tradition. And plus honoring those that have passed and making the way for that which is yet to come for you. Sorry I jumped in there, Bob. I get excited over stuff, you know.
Well, I think that was perfect. I think that's wonderful, you know. I've been talking so much this week, my voice is a little shot, so I don't mind taking a little break.
I must say, though, it looks quite dramatic there in Tony's little screen on the window there. Talk to us, Tony. Tell us a tale.
Tell us your what?
Tell us a tale, a spooky tale.
There was this old lady from Nantucket.
Oh,
not that one. Not that one.
Oh, okay. I don't really have any ghost stories other than the last one I told you about, and then I actually crossed that one over last Sunday, and not really knowing what I was doing with that, but it worked out, and he's no longer here, no longer bothering me, and then no longer shows up in my meditations. And when he left, he actually poked me a couple of times in the forehead, and I got this nice, warm, fuzzy feeling, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. You know, that's wonderful, Tony, that you can help the souls to get over, because, you know, right now that veil is thin. And so, you know, it goes both ways. That's what I'm saying. They can come over, but we can send them back too. Some of them we want to send back, don't we, Tony?
Yeah, from what I understand, this guy was just too prideful to ask for help, but he needed it, and
Yeah.
He was stuck here. He wasn't ready to go anywhere yet, but he wanted to go, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't not help him out. So had to
Right.
do it.
That's honorable, Tony.
I think that's Lord Tony. Do you find that, like, when you talk to them, that you have to be pretty direct? I mean, like, was this guy, you had to just say it how it was, or how do you?
When I was first initially encountered him, I was right in the middle of a meditation, and I saw the figure showing up in my mind's eye, and he was definitely all dark and coming in nice and close, and he literally stood at my legs, and I could feel all the energy from him, all the cold. And if it was warm, I would have assumed that he was, of the light, but it was definitely getting cold. And in the middle of my meditation, I had to say only beings of the light are allowed here, and he faded away.
Good.
But then he came back again the next time. And then I found out a little bit more from other friends of mine who said, yeah, he had mob ties or mafia, and too prideful to ask for the help he needed crossing over. So.
Well, I'm glad you're able to do that, because your whole house is more peaceful now, and that soul's more peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
Now
it just smells like cat down here.
Nicole's Spiritual Corner asked us all a great question. She asked, how do you make a basic altar?
Lady Angela, I'm going to let you start on that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. First of all, trust your gut. You're setting up your spiritual space. And so if certain trinkets or symbols to you connects you to your higher self and helps you to get your witch on, put it on your altar. First off, trust your gut above and beyond anything a book says or what we say. Once you learn more and explore more, certain other things will start to stand out to you, like a dish of water will become representative of the water element. And you'll learn to put certain different pieces that represent the different elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. A lot of times you'll have some kind of an image, whether it's a statue or a picture or something that represents deity to you. That could be an infinite number of things, whatever your God looks like, whether it's a god, a goddess, whichever one, or just an image of the cosmos, if that's what you connect with, something that connects you with deity. Because this is your altar. This is the place where you're going to sit and do your workings. So if a picture of the cosmos makes you feel connected with your higher self and with your powers, then that's the picture you should have. Or if a statue is there or whatever. I used to have little clay figures of a male and female figure that I had made out of polymer clay that you could get next to nothing. Just use what you have available to you. And it's good to have a symbol of deity, which represents the spirit element. Something for air element, that could be a feather. It could be a bell. It could be incense, just as a few examples. Something of earth, maybe it's a rock, a stone, a crystal. Maybe it's a bit of bark off a tree. Maybe it's a dish with some sand or some soil or some salt in it. Something to represent earth. Something to represent water. That could be a seashell. It could be something the color blue, a piece of sea glass or a dish of water. Something for each element. For fire, it's usually a candle. But it could be other things as well that represent fire. Perhaps a red stone or a red heart or just whatever represents fire to you. But you usually have something that represents each element on there, including spirit. And then you'll perhaps have a wand there. You'll perhaps have a athame or a ritual knife there. As an example, and you usually put a nice cloth on it, something nice. If the best thing you have is an old bath towel, then you could put that on there. But you want to use the best of what you have, because you're showing honor to spirit and to your higher self and the workings that you're going to be doing. So if you have a silk scarf or a nice tablecloth or a nice scrap of fabric or even a nice silk shirt you don't wear and it looks nice spread out on the table, and that's the best you can do, put it on there, because it shows honor to your higher self and to the workings you're going to do. So you just set this spot apart from other spots, that this is your sacred space. This is where you're going to do honorable things. And whether or not you're just lighting an incense there each day, or maybe a candle each day, or just looking upon it each day, and it connects you with your spiritual self, that's a very, very good start on having a wonderful working altar.
Oh, that was beautifully said. You know, it's like I was saying earlier, you know, when you start, you know, you can keep it simple. My first altar was literally a cardboard box.
Mine was a old, used up suitcase.
Oh, that's a great idea. And you can put stuff inside it.
Yep, and I close it and slide it underneath my bed when I wasn't using it.
That's very mystical.
Or dresser drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about Carol and Tony? Tony has an awesome traveling altar.
Well, Tony, I love his. That's what I was about to say. I want to tell about that.
Yeah, I have that travel altar. It's in the other room right now, but it's in a nice little almost looks like a little treasure chest, and everything's packed in there nice and neat. Everything I need. I don't have the Lord and Lady God and Goddess figurines. I have just their symbols on a piece of paper, and I use those. I have their representative candles for them. I have a little cauldron. I have the chalice. I got some shells. I got lighter, candles. You name it, I got it in there for what I need it for.
For what you need it for. That's the key thing there. That you got to trust your gut, you know? Yeah. And maybe something that to this guy over here, you buy this thing for $80 and it's the be all end all of magic because they said so. That don't mean it's going to work for you. And if it don't speak to your higher self and you inside, it ain't going to work for you. Something that just sparks. I've been known to cut a branch off a tree because I love the blooms. Of course, I asked the tree for permission, but just the leaves and the blooms, and I'm just in awe and got tears in my eyes. And I asked the tree, "Can I have this?" It says yes, and I take it home and I put it on my altar because that works for me. It didn't cost anything except asking permission, you know. So yeah, it's got to work for you.
Yeah, I have I want to call it like an everything altar. Going on in my bedroom right now. It's always there, always set up. It's just a set of shelves. I have all my crystals on it. On one particular shelf, I have another cabinet. It's filled with sand, and centerpiece there with different sand and selenite, and
that's cool.
It's quite the setup. Even my dad looked at it and he's like, "You have an altar." Yeah.
Hi, Dad. Yeah, I'm a witch. Well, you know, I think it's wonderful. And, you know, I'm a big believer in, you know, everybody is Wiccan should maintain an altar, whether it's a little one, whether it's a hidden one. I'm lucky I live alone, so I can have, you know, I'm an open Wiccan, so I have my altars out in the open. But, you know, if you can't, you know, don't feel bad about that. You make a little hidden altar and you know, honor. I knew a lady when she was getting into Wicca, but because of her living circumstances, she couldn't tell her family and stuff. So what she did, which I thought was really fascinating, is she had a big mirror in her bedroom. No, it was a painting. It was a painting. And what she did is she had the painting mounted so she could flip it over. And when she flipped over the painting, she had a pentacle drawn on the back side and a little shelf that folded out of the back of the painting that came down that she could set her candles and her pentacle anathema on. It was really amazing because a fold-up altar hidden behind a painting. That was really creative. That inspired me, you know. So well, Lady Caroline has some stuff that she wants to tell us about too.
Yeah, actually, what I did, as you guys know, I have an artist background. And what I did, you've probably seen these all over the place. Lord Bob, you know what this is. It's
yes.
It's a little travel paint case that you buy like at Walmart or places like that. Well, this is an older one that I have. And what I've done is I took everything out because, of course, I use a lot of different things. And I've turned it into, I don't know if you can see it, everything to make a travel altar. I don't know if you can see it real quick. But what I've done is I have miniaturized versions of, if I can get it out of here, it's kind of tight. I have miniaturized versions of God and Goddess statues. I have incense, little sticks. I have, which are great for this, you know, a little bit of everything. And what I did, I just collected things over the years and I put them in here so that if I go somewhere and I want to set up a quick ritual, I have everything I need. People can do this without breaking the bank. Another thing that I really, really love, and anybody that knows about cooking will know what this is. You've probably seen these in the grocery store and don't know what they are.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's a little cast iron pot that they make, like kind of like a kitchen. Yeah, and it's perfect. It's tiny. You don't have to have this, you know, big cauldron. This thing cost me $8.
Wow, that's a good deal.
That's good.
And you know, I put a little handle on top, and I use it as my travel cauldron.
That's
The fact that it's cast iron, it holds heat very well. You know, little things like that you can do. You don't have to have it all in once. Something that catches your eye, and it's tiny. People are like, oh, I got to have this, big that. No, you don't. I work a lot of my magic, my travel altar. I can take it outside. I can sit on the ground with like a picnic and do a ritual. You know, and it's your little space. You know, like we watch Lord Bob go out to the beach a lot of times. You know, it's that simple. You don't have to be massive. You don't have to be, you know, in a temple. You are, you know, you make your own little temple. And what you use is your energy. You know, when I first started Wicca, I didn't have any tools. I'm going to make you guys laugh. My tools was a computer and a printer. And what I did was I got online and I printed up a bunch of symbols and pictures, and I made little cardboard cutouts. And that's what I made my altar stuff with. Little miniature cardboard pictures. You don't have to have, you know, extravagant anything. But, you know, when you make your altar, it's part of you.
Right.
It's you in spirit. It's you in deity. You know, and like I said before, I couldn't get the quarters for a long time. I was so confused because everybody has different, you know, areas that they live in. You know, the northern and southern, and I had to sit down and really like figure out where things went. Then I learned gradually. You go by what you feel. You know, I still have somewhere in here, I think, a seashell that was given to me. And I use that to burn incense in. You know, things like that. You don't have to be, you know, spending, you know, tons of money to have an altar.
That's a good points.
I always say start simple. You know?
Yeah.
When I started out, I literally had a cardboard box with a piece of black fabric on it, and I had an athame from the dollar store, and then I had some candles. That was all I had. So I got my chalice and I got my pinnacle. But, you know, I really still believe some of the most powerful magic I did during that time is when I had less stuff. So,
because it comes from your heart.
Yeah.
Shadowlander asks us all if we have any familiarity with doing any kind of Norse rituals.
I love Thor. I mean, I don't know that I've particularly done a formal Norse ritual in the Asatru or Nordic tradition, but I definitely call on Thor. In fact, I have a little Thor that I keep on my table.
Aw.
You
Oh, I got the same one right here.
got that one too?
I keep them by my table.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, here so that's my, I have a devotion to Thor. I love him. And I'm not trying to be blasphemous against anybody's faith, but I saw a really hilarious picture online. I was looking up Thor images one day, and they had Thor standing on top of a dead frost giant. And it said, Jesus came and claimed that he was going to wipe out evil in the world. Thor came and claimed that he was going to wipe out frost giants. I don't see any frost giants left. I thought it was kind of cute.
Right. Tony,
So,
you had something to show us. What were you showing us earlier, Tony?
yeah, he got an amazing tool, a ritual.
Yes, show us.
Magical.
Well, I'm going to show you this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my. I bought this at Target the other day. It was a couple bucks. It's in the Halloween section, but it just basically says "Fly by Night Company, Witches Wanted, Expert Spellcasters Only."
That's awesome. That's so
you.
I had to have it, but
that's awesome.
I think Angela is referring to my my sacred laser saber again. This.
Oh, it's awesome.
So cool. Look at that. Talk to me so everyone can see it.
I'm not going to burn my chin again this time. So I did that earlier when you're showing them to it and put it up over here and like, jeez.
Tony's going to light his beard on fire for Samhain. No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
I'm loving that. I'm on that. Well, speaking of, show this again, and then I got to show you something else. Do that again. That is so cool. Can you guys see it? Tony, talk so they can see.
What I'll do, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to light up some, I'll get some smoke going in here so you can actually see the beam better.
Okay.
Just, hold on. Come on. Lighter's almost empty. But, blah, 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 blah. Got to keep the voice going. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, I get some smoke over here. Ooh, Palo Santo. Great stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see what it does now. There you go.
Whoa.
I like that better.
That's so cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I want one for Christmas.
That's way cool. But that's pretty powerful. It burned Tony earlier.
Yeah.
It's
good for starting things on fire.
Wow.
Well, I love it. All these magical tools. See, like Lord Tony, what you're bringing up, and I think this is really important. Oh, show it again. Speak. You have to speak.
Making smoke.
What's he doing?
Got a piece of foam here that's just instantly lighting it up on fire.
Holy crap. That's a real lightsaber.
Children, don't do this at home.
Don't even think about doing it ever.
Foam kind of stinks.
Yeah. Well, see, this shows the point that when we think about our magical tools, we can expand beyond the traditional because that is an item that is just as powerful as any athame. You can cast a circle with that laser, couldn't you, Lord Tony?
What was that?
You could cast a circle with that laser, couldn't you?
Oh, easily. I actually have adapters that allow me to do a lot of different things with it. And,
oh, that's cool.
I can burn a circle into the ground with it if I wanted to, or just do it in the air. It scares things.
I love that. We're all having so much fun. There are so many amazing things. And Lady Carol, you have a special guest that you brought to share with us tonight.
Yes, I do.
Are you able to show that to us now?
Yeah, actually, I've got you guys on my laptop, so I'm going to take you with me. So hang on.
Oh.
It's going to get bright. Just get ready.
Lord Tony, I was thinking about your laser here, and you can use that even like standing guard in ritual, couldn't you? If you were like the guardian at the circle, you could hold it as a sword.
I could, yeah. The problem with that is if I'm doing that outside, it's not exactly legal.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. You have to be very careful with that.
That goes well up into the clouds.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
Don't aim it at a plane.
Right.
Yeah. Gab says
Okay.
you're Tony Skywalker.
Yeah.
Mhm. They'll be looking for him. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here she is.
You got to talk.
I don't know if you can see her very clearly, but
Oh. What is that?
that is my goddess statue.
Wow.
And she is holding
The staff.
the staff.
It's got a
Oh.
butterfly on it now. That's
For
awesome.
the OPC members, I would like to introduce you to her. And she is wearing her purple.
Very nice.
Oh, I love that. Tell us about everything she's wearing. Give us a tour.
Wearing her purple robe.
It's very pretty.
See it completely, but the light is bright in here. These are brand new lights. She's wearing her purple robe. She has a black sash on her waist. And she's also adorned. Let me see if I can get her in focus here. She's also adorned with her jewels.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Beautiful. She looks like she's alive. Well, she is with her spirit. She's alive to a degree, yes.
I'm going to see if I can try and get my laptop to show you every part of her. Except her feet. She doesn't have shoes.
Well, we go barefoot in the circle many times.
I know. That's the whole point.
It turned out that's actually a great way to ground yourself is to take your shoes off and stand outside in the grass.
Yeah, I'm actually barefoot right now because I feel like walking on carpet. But
She needs a purple cord, somebody said. Kathy Private said. Those jewels look like just
diamonds, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And the way the wind's blowing on her, yeah, it's very pretty.
Is she wearing a cord? Do you have a cord on her, a purple cord yet?
She has a black sash.
All right.
Around her waist.
I put a purple cord on her.
Well, on the staff, there is a cord.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So.
Very nice.
I love it. Well, you know, guys, see, this shows, you know, we're trying to show you tonight, when you're setting up your shrines, your altars, be creative. You know, most of us think when we have to have a statue that we have to have, you know, a 6-inch or 8-inch high statue. But if you have the space and are inspired, a life-size statue, you know. Last week I did a video showing my goddess Hecate. And some of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, go to the last Witch or the last Wiccan Wednesday, and you'll see I got a large life-size Hecate statue. So, you know, you don't have to have a life size, but if you have the space and want to do it, you can do that. Doesn't break any rules. You know, Wicca is not about rules. The only rule we have, which is, and everybody here knows it, and harm none.
Do what you will.
All right. And so, you know, if those of you, you know, we've had a number of people asking to join the order recently, and we're so happy to have you join our ranks. And to join the Order of the Purple Cord doesn't cost anything, absolutely free membership, but you need to meet our requirements. And one of them is you need to write to us stating your intention. Now, we do have some backlog of letters, so we are getting you guys. But say that you want to join the order and that you will honor the Wiccan Read. And then you got to make yourself a purple cord. And see, all of us here are wearing cords. And this is a sign of our order, the Order of the Purple Cord. And then you, of course, have to vow not to, you know, break the Wiccan Read. So that's all that's required. And you can be part of us. We're going to do a ritual on Samhain. In fact, put on your calendars, what did I say, the 28th?
28th.
Yes, Sunday the 28th, be here. We're going to do a live Samhain ritual. And for those of you who said, gee, I never got to celebrate with Wiccans, I live in an area where nobody is celebrating, you be here, you'll be part of our scene. It's going to be a live ritual. I think we're all excited about that, aren't we, guys?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And Lord Tony will be there. Maybe he'll bring his laser and do something magical with it.
Yeah.
Stop breaking any walls. Lady Carol, do you think your goddess will be present at the ritual? Should we have her in on it?
Yeah.
All right. See, and I'll see if I can have my goddess in on it too. So we're going to have an amazing time. You know, we want y'all to be there. You know, the Order of the Purple Cord really exists so that wherever you are, you can be part of us. You know, so many people feel they're alone in their practice. And I know that for many years I've been a solitary. And sometimes I miss not having a group. But, you know, now that I have the Order of the Purple Cord, I have a group. And we're all a team here. And Lady Angela, you can tell us about the Facebook page, maybe.
Yeah, sure. If you want to get a hold of us and for more information or to join the Order of the Purple Cord, just head over to Facebook and type in Order of the Purple Cord. It'll get you to our public page and give you our email addresses to contact us to join. It's totally free. There's only 2 rules. One is that you agree to abide the Wiccan Rede. If it harm none, do what you will. We don't cast curses. We don't have a lot of hatred in our group at all. We don't tolerate it. It's all love and light and camaraderie. We're friends. We're family. We get along and we encourage each other and help each other. But you could either go to Facebook, type in Order the Purple Cord. You could contact us that way. Or you could send Bob an email or myself. Send Bob one to readings@robert-hickman.com. Or to me at OPC for Order of the Purple Cord at rarewiccaspells.com. Let us know you would like to join and that you agree to follow the Wiccan Rede. I'll send you out a little bit more information, some useful links like to Bob's YouTube page, my own, to Tony's website. That's all in the email that I send you. Also, the official membership certificate, I send you that as well, and a link to get added to our secret Facebook page. No, you don't have to be on Facebook to be a part of our order. Yes, we are worldwide. We have members all over the world. But Facebook's kind of nice because we're able to connect a little bit more closely. It's a little bit, I mean, we have thousands of people in the order now. It's grown huge. But yet our secret private group on Facebook is a small group. And it's kind of, it becomes more familiar and more like a family there. But no, you don't have to be a part of that to be a part of the family. So don't think that, but we would love to hear from you. I got a little bit of a backlog. I think I got maybe 5 people I got to get added. So we are getting requests in. Me and Tony and Bob have all been seeing the requests, and we're working on getting you all added. And we thank you for all that. And we can't wait to connect with you all.
Yes, absolutely. Some of you have written to me too, and I am getting back to you as well. So Lady Angela and I together are working on getting your certificates out to you. So we haven't forgotten you. We've both been just swamped. You know, really we have. But, you know, also a question that I always get is people say, well, I'm not an initiated Wiccan. Can I join? Absolutely. You don't have to be initiated. In the future, we may start issuing initiations through our order. That's something we're talking about. So we will, I think, in the future be granting initiations. But right now, we're not. You don't have to have an initiation to be a member. And, you know, even if you're saying, well, I'm just exploring Wicca, I don't know if I can commit to it as my whole life, that's okay. You can still join and learn from us, and you'll get to decide if you want to take it forward, you know. So we welcome all people. As Lady Angela said, we don't do any negative magic. So if you're coming to curse people or learn spells to you know, kill your enemies, we don't do that. So. And, you know, if you start creating trouble, Lord Tony will catch you. You know, he watches everything. So.
Yeah, I do.
That's all. Where's the time gone, Bob? Gee, when?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know where the time goes.
He's at the clock.
Lord Tony, do you have any titanium in the room there with you?
Right here. Always right here.
It's the titanium. It's the titanium. Ben's time.
It's the fisticuff.
I love that. Well, guys, I've had such a good time. We are so glad to be back with you. We're sorry about last week, but we're glad you're here. And we're going to be here every week. And we have the best time. We hope you've had a fun time. We thank you to all of you who've been asking questions. We tried to get as many as we could. If your question didn't get answered, don't be upset with us. We can only do so much. Be here next week. You can resubmit it and get back in the loop with us. But, you know, I want to just say thank you for being here. And, you know, again, if you want to connect with me, visit my website at psychicbob.com. And it's all one word, psychicbob, WYCHICBOB.com. Link for that will be below. And, get on my schedule. I've got a few openings left for the week. 703-825-3929 is my phone number, or you can write to me at my email, which will also be in the box below, readings@robert-eckman.com. See in the box below. And while you're at it, pop over to my website. Get some of my books. I'm a published author. We got Ouija Mysteries, Psychic Bob's Book of Spells, Messages from Rose, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. All of that is over there and more. So check me out. Each of us here are resources. Lady Angela is also a resource. Why don't you tell them about what you got for them, Lady Angela?
Well, sure. I got tons of witchy things, spiritual things, metaphysical things, new age things, all on my website at rarewiccaspells.com. I have jewelry. I have spell books. I have spell pages. I have herbs. I have crystals. I have ritual tools. I have chalices. I have bowls. I have daggers. I have swords. I have athabates. I have so much stuff over there. You really just got to stop in and take a peek. And plus, you could save some money too when you place an order by using coupon code Spirit Channel. All one word. You'll save 10% every time. Yes, I do ship worldwide. And my website is rarewiccaspells.com, and the link is down below.
Excellent. And you got to check out Lord Tony. Why don't you give us another overview of what you got available, Tony?
What I have available is lots and lots and lots of angelic healings for everyone that wants it. And I got lots of time after this. And usually during the week, I get home around 2:30 in the morning, and I start working on people at that point if it's during the week. But on the weekends, usually after midnight, I'm good to go for 4 hours easy. So lots of time for it.
All right. Awesome. You guys time out. We got his link also below. So make sure, if you can't remember all this, go to the bottom info box under this video. You will see all of the links. And Lady Carol, you're going to be doing some intercessory work with the goddess for all of us, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Right now, I don't have it set up in this room, but I do have a prayer altar for anyone, wanting prayers online and stuff like that. And I'm going to definitely be working with the goddess, especially with Samhain coming around the corner, for, anyone's loved ones that have crossed over, hoping that I can ask the goddess to, connect them if they want to be connected to their loved ones through dreams or meditation work, things like that.
That's awesome.
I love it. And soon, Lady Carol will have a website up. She's working on that too. And we'll have more on that as she gets that going, won't we, Lady Carol?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're all trying to be available to you and be a resource. And we'd love to help you with your journey into the craft. And if you're new here tonight and you've never seen witches, I don't think we look too scary. See, all those myths about green skin and all, it's not true. Well, we might dress up at Halloween with the green skin, but that's not normally how we look. Depends on who you are.
It depends on how much makeup we use.
That's right. We cover it up. But I'm so glad you guys are here. Listen, check us all out. Keep in touch with us. Join the order. You want to be part of a Wiccan scene. And I'll tell you, it's hard to find Wiccans in some parts of the country. Actually, quite a number, unless you're in a metropolitan area. Many times you won't find a Wiccan group. And here I live in Washington, D.C., big city, and even I have trouble really finding anybody. And the problem is sometimes you find a group, but you don't mesh with them, so you feel alone. So that's why this order exists. You don't have to be alone. So come and join our crew, be part of our scene. And by the way, go subscribe to all of our channels. I always forget to say this. Lady Angela, you have a YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
And that, tell us again what that is.
It's Angela McAllister, Rare Wicca Spells.
All right. And Lord Tony, you have a YouTube channel?
Yep. The YouTube channel is Anthony Lightbringer.
There you go. And Lady Carol, do you have a YouTube channel? I don't remember.
No, not yet. I'm trying to get my website going, and then I'll start a channel as soon as I can get that linked together.
All right. Well, you'll see Carol soon online, too. She'll be doing videos.
You'll see me here.
What's that?
You'll see me on here.
There you go. All right. Well, guys, listen, thanks for being here today. We had the best time. May all of you always blessed be and have a good night. Good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
Right.
Good night, John Boy. See you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, be here tomorrow. What's tomorrow, Lady Angela?
Horoscopes.
Yay, horoscopes.
Yeah, gotta have my horoscopes. Missed them last week.
I know I missed all y'all. Well, we're going to get back on track. So tomorrow, be back here at Spirit Channel for horoscopes. In the meantime, like this video, favorite it, hit subscribe, be part of our scene. We love you guys.
Don't forget to share.
Oh, thank you. Yes, share the video. Post it wherever you want. You guys are best. I love you. We all love you. Good night and blessed be.